Welcome back to Vice Grip Garage. It's that time of year once again, the annual father-son trip, and this time it's my oldest human I'm responsible for, Bradley's turn. We just flew into Anaheim, California last night, and we have a sprawling trip plan that's going to be anywhere from 1,600 to 1,900 miles. We don't really know. It's going to start basically at Tijuana, Mexico, all the way to Tacoma, Washington, if all goes well. And we're going to do things like saltwater fishing. Guys, going to see if we can get a shark on. Probably not. Now we're going to go back into the mountains and we're going to go gem hunting for an ultra rare gem. What is this thing?
Bonitoite. Can only be found in Bonitoite County, California.
Okay, there's one mine this gem could be found at. We're going to try to find it. We're going to swing in and try to find the world's largest tree. What is that called?
The General Sherman.
General Sherman. Okay, I thought it was Grant, or is that a different tree?
Or is it General Grant? I'm not sure.
We're not sure. We'll figure it out as we go. Golden Gate Bridge. Sure, why not? We're going to try to get a tour at Alcatraz. We're going to drive through some trees, probably do some more fishing, hit some museums, and who knows what. And if all goes well, we're going to end up at a car show at Tacoma, Washington, and get an inside tour of Griot's headquarters. So obviously, we need a vehicle that runs, reliable. We don't have time to work on stuff, and preferably good fuel mileage. Should we take a look at what I bought?
Yeah.
Okay. This 1991 square body 454 Big Block Suburban that's been off the road for 19 years.
Very reliable.
Yeah. Fresh out of a salvage yard, got scooped up by a guy, new friend of mine, known to have issues. Should be fine, Brad.
Yeah.
It's got power windows. I don't think they work though. Okay, well, let's see what we got. We got to dig in, get this thing on the road quickly. We obviously have a ton of miles to get down. Huh, great. So super quick backstory on this rig, Bradley. I was on the interwebs, hooked up on the AOL there, and started asking around on the face space if anyone knew of a rig out in California for us that we could just jump in and do our trip. And Graham hit me up with this old square body and kind of told me the history on it and everything. And, yep, I'll buy it. Saw a couple photos, I think free, and one was an engine bay full of acorns or something. That seems fine. This is also the Terminator broccoli injection, the early fuel injection system that's going to have issues. So, do you know how to wire stuff?
No.
Perfect, me either. Seems fine. But anyway, this was in a salvage yard since like 2006, and the lady had some work done to the rig, and I'm assuming probably couldn't swing it or pay for it. Ended up staying at the salvage yard forever, probably until they got a mechanic's lien or something like that. Graham bought it, and then I bought it right from him. He had plans to yank the drivetrain out of it, I believe, and do some stuff like that, but didn't happen. And here's Graham here, and big thanks to Graham. Oh, there it is. Suburban. Yes. Oh, look at the hubcaps, Brad. So this is Graham, nice feller that helped me out. Bought this rig from him, and not only did he store it for me, but you let me ship tires to your house. Yep. And then he surprised me and he put them on the rig, hooked us up with an extra intake, fuel make it happener, and a radiator that he got on trade or something from another truck. So we got parts even. So huge thank you to Graham. We could not have started this trip off in a better way. This thanks to this guy. So thank you, man. Appreciate it. It's awesome. So we had some victories and some hiccups on the way here. First of all, I sent these tires to Graham's house and I said, just throw them in the truck. And when we get here, we'll figure out how to put them on, because the tires that were on this were dry rotted. We searched and found a tire shop, even made an appointment, but Graham was nice enough to put these on for us. So that's pretty awesome. Saved us time.
Yeah.
We're anxious to go fishing. And then we had a snafu with the radiator. This one's blown, I guess, or leaks bad. And I have one ordered, but it didn't show up to Graham's place in time. I had another one overnighted. It's supposed to be at the motel here any minute. And he was nice enough to throw a used one in the back, so we might have some options there. Other than that, everything else that I tried to get for this truck here in time didn't show up. You know, like injection parts and ignition parts and stuff like that. So it runs, supposedly. I think we're just going to have to fix it as we go, kind of deal. Do you want to look through it, see what we can find?
Sure.
All right, let's take a look at this thing, see what we got. Bradley's jumped in here and, whoa, is that working? It is. Power mirrors. I'm not a fan of these. So this is a 91, which I believe is the last year. In 90, they went to these kind of goofy mirrors. Kind of an afterthought. Doesn't look the greatest in my opinion, but this is fully loaded. She's got power locks. Don't work. Is the key forward? Oh, they do work. Windows don't work. Power mirror works. We got the nice wood grain. It shows 132,109 miles. Something like that. Dash, that must be a cover. Yeah, it's a black cover over a maroon because there's not a crack in her. Headline's been deleted down. Pretty typical. We got the old saddle blanket seat cover. It's a maroon vinyl seating. Tilt, cruise control. Be fun to see if any of that works. Carpet's been ripped out of it. There really is no, there's no smell. It's very neutral. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's so sticky. What do you think that is?
I don't know.
It looks like honey or something. Old CB antenna or something? Is there a CB up there?
It got deleted.
Deleted? Oh, yeah. Alright. Oh, bummer. This is really common, I've learned, for coastal vehicles or anything near saltwater. It rusts up in here. The ramp truck was like that, and a couple other vehicles I've had. But the bottom of the sills that we're used to seeing rusted in the Midwest look fantastic. And this is solid, like really solid. I'll be dipped. And these are the tires. Trail Climberesses Summits. What did I send? 245 70 16s. And these amazing hubcaps. You like those hubcaps?
Yeah.
I do too, actually. The tires that were on here were like significantly dry rotted. If you did this, they were going to blow up. They had to have been on there for 20 years. Bumper's in decent shape. It's got a receiver hitch on it. Of course, this is the 3/4 ton with the Big Block fuel injection. Trailer plugs on it. Nice. There's our motel for the week.
It's comfortable.
Yeah. We could easily get an air mattress in here. Paid them a little extra to get the intake, fuel make it happener, just in case the Terminator broccoli injection goes down. We could try to figure something out. And this is a rad out of a diesel, but I think it's probably the correct one. We got the sensor, the heater, hose, oil cooler on this side, and transgression cooler on that side over there. And she's hauled some stuff. I think that might be dog droppings in there. Do you want to investigate or just wait?
I'd probably wait.
Yeah, I'll probably wait on that. Okay, we'll know by the smell. Third row seats are gone. That's kind of a bummer, but we probably would have taken them out anyway if we end up sleeping back here when we break down.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. This side stayed out of the sun a little better, but still like no rust anywhere on this truck other than the roof cab. Oh, this side's really bad. Oof. Yeah, that's kind of a kill shot for this thing. Hard to fix. Very hard to fix. Beautiful doors. Finding stuff. Costco receipts. We'll dig in the glove box here in a minute, see what we can find. No rust here. It's got a Bambi bumper on it. It's pretty awesome. Got some lights. Who knows if those work? Basha says. No date on this one. Let's run around back. We'll check that one. Yeah, there we go. 2006. Math. 19 years by the tag was the last time that this truck was on the road. We'll try to find some more identifiers in the rig, receipts, registration, stuff like that to try to validate 19 years. Roof rack still on it. Overall, pretty solid rig. What do you think, Brad?
I think it'll be half reliable.
Half reliable? Should we pop the hood? Then you can maybe change your mind after you see that. All right, crank on the lever. Let's see what we got. There you go. Nice, yes, big block. Oh, what are these?
Look like just acorns.
Acorns? Must have sat under a tree. Look at all the pine needles too.
A bunch of them stored right there.
Yeah. Oh, this is pretty.
It's fine.
Yeah. Well, we've got it completed for sure. It does absolutely look like a runner. Power steering leaks. Doesn't have the big hydro boost stuff. Factory jack. Oh, look, it had a car alarm or something. Read that number.
7.4.
Woo! 454 block of bags. All right, we'll get you in here and let's look through this thing. Okay, so we got the big block in here. This is what I was referring to on the battery. That looks a little sketchy. This one's loose. And I'm sure that's old or ground through it in there. So we'll get a battery on our list. AC pump's been remanufactured. It'd be nice if the AC worked. We know the rad is bad. It's got heating issues and that looks almost empty. I don't have any juice or tools or nothing right now. We got pine needles everywhere. It's probably under a tree or something. All this. Let's get out of there. Ooh, we got a new air cleaner. And there is the Terminator broccoli injector. Probably gonna leave us stranded. Yeah, it's an early primitive fuel injection. So you just have your standard throttle body, of course, responsible for air. But then these are just two injectors or sprayers. And then the fuel lines come off the back here and it's high pressure. And they did it because of smog and fuel mileage and stuff like that. But quickly learned that multi-port was the way to go. There's still some out running though. What else we got? Anything interesting? Here's that car alarm or something at some point. Original jackage. But no mice. Like the mice haven't been chewing on everything. Oh look, the AC is still in here. Or I mean, what's it called when you hit the button? Cruise control. Yeah. Ooh. We're gonna have to put lightning hoses. Look at that. They've been sitting so long, they're all cracked, rotted. Probably pick up a belt just in case, or just put it on to maybe put a new one on and throw that one on the back of the truck just to have it. What'd you find? A wire?
Some tools. There's a wire.
Oh yeah. Extra jumper wire. That's the original jack handle and lug nut wrench. We might need that. So what I was calling the cruise control, the AC, is actually this, and it's all complete. It would be incredible if the AC worked on this, Brad. It even has the... Ooh. Maybe not. I don't know what that is. I don't even think that's to this. Yeah, the heat riser. Let's see if we could figure out more accurately when this was parked. Get in the glove box here. We got stuff! Fuses! Oh, the tabs are busted. Okay, we got receiptage. Smog inspection 2005, Arizona. Tires. Is it just a pamphlet or is there, oh, here we go. Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, March 2005, March 18th. That's close to now, but 20 years later.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. So the tires were 20 years old. Expires August 05. Insurance card, registration. So 2005, 20 years is accurate. 19, 20 years, somewhere around there. This old thing's been sitting. Should we see if this fires up or what? Make sure we got oil in this thing. All right. Well, let's just see if it fires and we'll go from there, okay? Go ahead and crank it. Yes! Well, it sounds great. Well, ish. Little sputtery, but oh, the bad gas.
I think the power steering's good.
Yeah, she needs some fresh fuel. It's got a very quiet muffler. Miss. Getting better now. There we go. Oh, the bad gas though is terrible.
I think the power steering's good.
Power steering works. Charging. Great oil pressure. Temp gauge snapped off, but it's on cold, of course. Fuel gauge might work. Turn the AC on. Just hit it right away. Max AC.
There's something.
Come on, AC. No. No. No AC. Beggars can't be losers. It runs. Was down here feeling for exhaust misses and I saw this. It's got a newerish looking fuel tank in it. And I have to believe that's some of the parts that lady put in it before it sat. So we're not going to have to swap fuel tanks, but the fuel that's in it is definitely varnished. It smells terrible. Really bad. But all the gauges seem to be working. It fired right off. We just got to deal with this big old behemoth. This thing is massive. If you think about it, it's like inside of the headlight. It's the whole front of the truck. Speaking of radiators, I just got a digital mail notification that the radiator I overnighted did in fact just show up to our motel. So I think we're going to throw our luggage into the back of this thing, crawl it up to the lobby, throw the radiator in, then we've got to come up with a plan quickly. We've got to get tools, we've got to get some parts, Bradley, and then we've got to get supplies. We need things like a cooler and food and substance, things like that. And then we've got to figure out where we're going first. I think we're going to head towards Simeon? San Simeon? Simeon. It's a pier where a lot of people do some saltwater fishing. It's a giant pier, beautiful views, right on the coast, obviously. But we've got a drive to get there. And who knows, we're probably going to end up going south first. I've got some other ideas I haven't really told this guy about yet. We're ahead of time. We don't have to put tires on. We don't have to monkey around getting this thing running, which we were all planning on doing. We are hours ahead. So we have some time to fart around a little bit, but let's load this thing up and crawl it up front. Guy was starting to load some stuff in here. I don't know how I missed this. I'm not used to having them, I guess. June 21st, 2005 was the last time the oil was changed on this Suburban as well. So there's another indicator. 20 years this bad boy's been sitting. We've already got dual plugalizers for devices, rear defrost, rear power window. I wonder if that's dual tank. No, it's not. Those might be the lights on the front. Trailer brake. I just keep finding goodies on this. Yes, we got one. Now we can do some gold panning maybe, Brad. Haha. All right. Wonder if that's the real miles. The engine light isn't even on. This might be too nice for us. Yeah. Well, maybe not. Okay. We've got overdrive. This has a 4L80, which was another big perk at this purchase, was not only the big block obviously, but we do have overdrive if it works well. Out of this big 4L80, we can really zing down the highway with this and not be doing 60. We can maybe run 72, maybe 74, I don't know, Brad. Boy, it's already squishy. Oh, we need some Weeper Blades as well. Oh, is that cracked, that windshield? Oh no. Well, we're probably gonna have to trade it in now. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna swing around front, grab this radiator, and then we're gonna be on tool run, and that side goes down. Oh, mine does now too. I don't know what was going on there. Maybe I wasn't cranking on the button hard enough. Ah, copper brass radiator. Got her from Summit. It's the only way I could get it overnighted. Well, we are big time low on coolant, but we're gonna nurse this down to, well, first we're gonna stop at a Hobo Freight and pick up some junk tools, and then we're gonna swing over to an O'Reilly and get, I think we'll just get oil, filter, sparkulators, lightning hoses, a belt, all the preventative maintenance stuff, cup holders, probably some little trees, you know the deal. But it's only 9 minutes from here. I try to stay in a location where I've got all the fixins really close by. Most importantly, steak. You know, you gotta have that. All right, we'll see you there. Well, first impression, it's driving well. It just shifted to third. I mean, that's pretty darn good. We got 2.5 miles. Boy, that bad gas is really raunchy. We're already half temp. There's not a lot of coolant in this bad boy. Kind of nervous about shutting it off though too, because the battery is weak and it's got weird cabling. Just gonna keep an eye on that, make sure we don't boil this over. Guy needs one of these at the shop. I don't know if I need that big though. Maybe just, what happened to the 2-ton? Maybe a 2-ton. I gotta look at my inside track rewards thing. Maybe this guy here. And then the 301. There we go. That should have everything we need. All right. Best solution for pollution is dilution. So we're gonna run 91 in this. I think you gotta like hold these or something. Yeah, I don't know. You wanna try to run it? I think you have to push it. There you go. All right, fueling Then we were just there. Now we go to palm trees. Woo! We might have parts. And then I think we're going to Bass Pro after that, aren't we? Nice. Just filled up. Gas gauge does work. This has a 37-gallon tank, and at $5 a gallon in California, this is going to be hard on the billfold fuel-wise, Bradley. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get some parts. We'll be down there on the end. T4. And we need, where is it? Call my name. There you are. You need the big jug. Yep, that one right there. No, not the, I'm sorry. The one you had. I didn't know they had the semi one. Yeah. This one? Yep. Throw it in there. Grab a drain pan, the bottom one. We'll need a filter wrench. Did you get the filter? I need the swivel one. I haven't got the filter yet, no. We need some sort of snake oil, Bradley. I don't know. Oil alone is not enough. Extends engine oil life. Okay. Oh, we need... Why don't we put some radiator stop leak in it for now? And then when it cools down tonight, maybe we'll swap it tonight or something. I thought that was up here. Head gaskets. Here we go. K-seal. Coolant leak repair. Sure. Okay, the plan is we really don't have one. I think we're going to put some Berryman in, give it a vitamin shot, fill the coolant, put the K-seal in, see if we could stop that leak, which you can see it dripping there. Enough to get us on the road at least today. But we've got the fix-ins to do an oil change. Oh, and let's put the battery in too so we could return the core right away. And we can worry about wiper blades and oil change. It's got plenty of oil in it. All that stuff a little bit later. So we're gonna fart around here and do some fixing. Wonder if the Sentinel trailer brakes work. Would be nice. Pretty hot. Oh yeah. She got really warm on the way here. We're gonna let that sit. Let's get this. Oh, that's licorice. Yeah, this is not. Did I work on this? I must have at some point. I'm not even sure what that goes to. Has a fuse. Oh, nothing. So that can just stay off. I have no idea what that was. We need a 9/16. I think I can yank that right out. Got kind of our tool area here. What are those? The 5/16 side post jobbers. Do I have one of those? Well, for Pete's sake, I got 52,000 sockets in here. There we go. I don't know if I can dig that in there. Oh yeah. So this is one Graham must have thrown in. It's got a date of 2019. Oh wait, that's missing the side post lug. I'm gonna have to go back in. Oh, we got a DAP. Oh, I do need the lug still. Okay. Oh, take that one out. Yeah, throw that one in. There we go. We went with the big dog because I don't want to fart around with having battery issues on this trip. So they didn't have the one in stock that had the side posts in the right orientation. I don't know what it's called, Group 65 I think or something. But they do make these jobbers. So we can throw this on there and then we'll bolt that right to that so we can go top post to side post essentially. I think I'm going to get some of the rubber covers too because that is uncomfortably numb. No, that's a Pink Floyd song. Uncomfortably close to this. Probably going to dump some vitamin B in. This will help clean that tibia up. Get the injectors clean. We don't know what kind of fuel was in there. 37-gallon tank. We put in what, 32, I think? Gallons? Oh, so it was almost empty, but it's definitely varnishy fuel. This will help clean that up, and then all the, valves and piston rings if they're gummy and all of that stuff. We're gonna go 2 cans, run it pretty heavy. Normally I go down the Yap, but we got so many miles to go, we're just gonna let it sip. So, and these are really hot. You really don't want to just crank them off. They're under pressure and potentially could explode. Okay. And we'll throw this in. So we could slow the drip on the rad and also plug the block. How this stuff works is as your cooling system builds pressure, Obviously the pressure is going to find the leak, and as it starts forcing your cooling ice cube juice out, this starts gooping up that hole. I guess we could have found water, since we're going to be dumping this out eventually. I don't think there's a water spigot or anything anywhere though. We might want to hang on to this jug, because I have a feeling we're going to be boiling. Nice. So that'll be our battery setup. Got our core return, 22 bucks back in our pocket, and then we went and got these guys and the covers here. We're gonna fire it up. I'm gonna pull the blood stick on this, see how burnt that is, pretend we didn't see it, and then we're gonna hit the road. Thank you, sir. Ooh, that is very brown.
So is that for the radius or the
Transmission, yeah. It's in the okay. Does not smell good. The good news is the 80 and the Allison are basically the toughest transmissions there are. We'll leave it for now, but I think we'll put some clutches in it some other day. Okay. Boop. Please be good to us, truck. Well, I think we've done a little bit of preventative maintenance. We got some tools on board, jack stands, stuff like that. We're gonna go ahead and start making our way south. We're in southeast Anaheim already. We're gonna go south to the Bass Pro Shops, pick up some equipment. Bradley knows exactly what he wants as far as a rod and reel and bait and stuff like that. We're gonna grab a cooler and some other stuff. This trip is planned by Brad. I selfishly put in a couple stops, but when I do these trips with my boys, I let them choose pretty much where we're going and what we're doing. We're gonna start taking off because there is a homeless fist fight going on somewhere in this parking lot, it sounds like. Okay. Well, we've made it to the Bass Pro. Apparently they sell subwoofers and amps here. I'm not really sure, but we'll load the Suburban up with them. Okay, first thoughts, review. This truck is way too good for us. I expected to do a ton of wrenching. It went down the highway fine. We hit 70 like twice. Here's the crazy thing. It only worked one time, and that's it. But the cruise control clicked on. I couldn't hit the set button, but I hit resume, and it flipped on to 60, which must have been the last time it was used. I can't get that to come on. Rear window doesn't roll up anymore. We're going to take a look at that. Might be a fuse. Sputters and misses and dances all over the place past 65, but I think it just needs an ignition tune-up. I mean, some of the lightning hoses are falling off of it. It's chewing on some barium and some other things. I think we're going to have to wait till this thing cools down, maybe late tonight or early in the morning. But right now we're going to run in here and grab some supplies for the trip. Is it dripping? That K-seal might have already plugged up this radiator. Wouldn't that be something? Just a couple drips. That is a lot better already. This might be the biggest one we've ever been in, Bradley. And they got boats for sale and ATVs too. There you go, sirs. Oh, wow. World record marlin. I caught that back in '76. Okay, first stop, fishing licenses. Where do you get them? Hi. Where do we get a fishing license?
Right there in the corner.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, I got my 10-day saltwater, $62 in this state. And Bradley doesn't need one. He's under 16, so he gets to fish for free. I guess we just flash all of our other fishing cards from 97 states and give him his birthday and good to go. Bradley, what are we after here? What kind of rod and reel?
Preferably a spin reel,
Spin reel, okay.
some shorter surf rods,
All right,
and some jigs and
surf rods, some jigs. What pound line? 20, 22?
20,
20 to 25, okay. We're on a mission. Let's see what we can find. That's what I'm after.
Yeah,
Let's snag one of them quick.
it's a fat catfish.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So, where's the cheapest spin we could find? That's too much. They got like a Snoopy dog reel or something? Here we go. See what kind of action we got with this guy.
You can come to see me.
Boy, there's so much stuff. I don't even know what I'm looking at. These are handy. Oh, here we go, offshore. They got a whole room, Bradley. Now we're talking. Golly. Bradley saved his money. He's got some gift cards, some stuff. He's buying his own equipment.
This is surprisingly big.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, perfect size.
This is what we're going to be running.
This is a little extreme.
Let me see what you're looking at over there. Well, that's a pretty good one. This is what I'm running. Checking out a rod here. It's called an ugly stick. It's pretty good. Maybe a little big for the pier, Brad.
A little bit.
Well, you guys know how I roll. I found the cheapest one I could find that I might be able to put 20 pound on. 35 bucks for the old quick draw. And I got a $20 cooler here. Got to find Bradley. He is in absolute heaven right now. Get some line, some lures, and we are out. Well, there he is. Well, we've got some cheap rods and reels. Got them wound up for free here. That's nice. We would have been struggling with that in the motel for 9 days. We're gonna head south towards a town called Chula Vista. It's right over the border of Tijuana, essentially. And when we get there, I'll tell you a little story why. It's about a 2-hour drive from here with traffic. It's only about 90 miles, but I think there's a wreck on the way. If that's okay with us, we're just gonna be scooting, dripping some antifreeze, letting this old rig come back around. And I might have snagged us up a motel right by a pier down there as well. So I'm not sure if we're gonna do a little night fishing or do that early in the morning. But we'll, I don't know, we don't have a plan. We'll just see what happens. Let's hit the road again. Well, we just pulled off the 5. We are in a little town called Bonita, which my son Bradley, who's in like Spanish 3 now or something, just told me that means pretty or beautiful, and it is. They've got, what do we learn these are? Sycamore?
Eucalyptus.
Are eucalyptus trees. And what are those Hawaiian trees?
Palm trees.
Palm trees and stuff like that. Nice looking area. We did some research on the line, and it says this El Polo grill, which I believe means the chicken grill, has some of the most authentic Mexicano in the area. So we're gonna grab a bite to eat. We haven't eaten all day. And then Chula Vista is just west of here, a couple miles. Well, we were dragging our trailer plug for who knows how long. We'll throw some zip ties on that. The brakes are squealing like crazy. But other than that, knock on wood, she's running really good. Not a single drop yet out of the radiator. That's pretty awesome. We're gonna go eat. Look at these hummingbird flower things. We're gonna go eat and then head downtown. Boy, this looks great. Not even sure what they're called, but yes. Give it a shot. Good? Oh, ate too much. Tacos were great. I ordered 3. I could only finish 2. Highly recommended. So Bradley's zip tying up the trailer plug wiring there. And welcome to Derek's non-fictional storytelling time. Why Chula Vista? You've got to be curious. That's way out of your way. The Mexican border is like yonder over them trees right there. Well, it's fairly personal, but we're in the trust tree. You know, you've been around for years. This goes way back. Late 90s, very early 2000s. It was right before my father passed away. And he was spontaneously doing some work down in this region frequently. And I remember him saying often, like, out of the whole West Coast, Derek, you've got to check this town out, Chula Vista. And I said, why? I Googled, or I think I Binged it, or I can't remember what the other map was back then. MapQuest? MapQuested. And I'm like, why this little town? And he's like, the culture and the people, it's beautiful, the weather, the car community is thriving, you got fishing, you got, I mean, beaches, it's got everything. So anyway, long story short, he made me promise him that I would come down here one day and check this thing out. And I just haven't, you know, life and work and kids, and just never had the opportunity. But I've thought about coming down here so many times. There's not a week that goes by that I haven't thought about it. Even just like flying into San Diego and getting a rental and then zipping back home, but never made it. So I was telling Bradley about this story when we landed, and he said, Dad, we're going. And it just makes it that much more sweet for me that my son gets to enjoy it with me and check it out. And we're going to cruise down 3rd Avenue. I don't really know any specific areas he was talking about, but the Google machine says that's kind of considered the heart of Chula Vista. So let's go cruise down 3rd Avenue, check out this town. I have no idea why my father thought it was so special, but maybe we'll catch a glimpse of it. Not sure. We're just, we're exploring, and I lost the keys. You got her zip tied up? Sweet. We're all fixed. Look at that. What a sweetheart. Can't see nothing. We should maybe stop and get some Windex or some Rain-X or something. Let's see if the wipers even work. Oh yeah. Okay, well we just need to clean it, and then we'll put the Blades on here pretty soon. Eucalyptus Grove, that makes sense. Boy, the houses are just jammed in here like sardines, and I ain't kidding you. This truck runs so great. I was more nervous about a newer truck parked for 20 years than like a 1970 parked for 20 years, because why would you park this unless the story is legitimate? You know, someone just gonna come up with the funds to pay for repairs. But this truck's only got 132,000 miles. It's just broken in. We might have some rain coming in, Browry.
Oh, back window is kind of deleted.
Yeah, and our back window does not roll up right now.
Well, maybe we got our fishing stuff exposed.
Yeah. Turning on to 3rd Avenue. I think they call this the Village. It looks more... Oh yeah, here we go. Downtown Chula Vista. Finally made it. Boy, it feels good to cross this off the list. This is a nice looking area though,
Yeah.
honestly. And I'm not even sure if this is the actual downtown, but
Yeah, it also could have looked a lot different not long ago.
yeah, right, that was, you know, call it 25 years ago. Who knows what this could have looked like. This is a nice little downtown area.
Yeah, it's
I will give it that. Brakes are squeaking, but they work great, which is fantastic. We haven't had to do brakes yet. We haven't had to do any digitals. This is awesome. I pulled the headlight switch on. I have no idea what that's doing or if it's doing anything, but we've got a really cool breeze coming in off the water. It feels fantastic. It was like mid-70s today. It's probably mid-60s right now. But oh, glad I got to do this. We were going to go to a Target, but then we saw a Wally World. Never had to ask someone for help unlocking my undie pants before, but they got 98% of stuff under lock and key here. Literally.
locked up or with like tracking.
Yeah, or they got tags you got to go through triple security. I've been in Wally Worlds all over the country, and I don't think I've ever seen this before. Okay, we got more provisions. We're headed towards the motel, but we're going to swing by a pier first, scope out some potential early morning fishing, and we're getting close to calling it a done day. First day on the road. Still got some more to do though. Light check. Oh yeah, we got both. And what about the whoa up lights? Nope. We got no tail lights. We're gonna have to hustle. Whoever was working on the road crew needs to have a drink or something. They're having some shakes. But anyway, Imperial Beach. It's kind of foggy, you were saying, huh, Bradley? Let's go check this out. It's pretty big waves out here. Wow. We're about 500 feet out from the shoreline right now. Mexico is right there-ish. San Diego is right up there-ish. Yeah, so if you look back here, kind of hard to see, but there's some terrain right around there, and whirly light is the patrol or security light. So we're very close to Tijuana. We went down to the end. There's a little restaurant down here, but it's closed up right now. But I think we're going to be back in the morning. There's a lot of beautiful prods in the water still tonight, so it must be a pretty good fishing spot. But I've got a bunch of work to do on the rig in the morning. We got no running lights. We got to do oil change, sparklators, lightning hoses, belt, a lot of general maintenance stuff. Tomorrow we got to do about 400 miles to get up to where we're going to start going through is it national park and stuff? Yeah. Got to do some gem mining, whatnot, but our motel is right over yonder. Some guy's garage floor or something. But we'll catch up with you guys in the morning. We'll see if we get some more miles down and maybe catch a fish. Well, tip of the cup to you and good morning. We are in National City, I think it's called, just on the other side of the bay. Got up early and went exploring for a place to post up to do some work, some maintenance today. And we found this O'Reilly. We're actually hidden behind the O'Reilly in an alleyway. I didn't think there'd be a lot of traffic in here, but it's been like I-5. I don't know what's going on, but this is where we're going to do some work. We've got spark plugs to do, sparkulators. The lightning hoses are falling out of this thing. We do have a pretty hard miss, and it's shaking and rattling and rolling pretty good. We're going to change the oil. It didn't look terrible. That's why I drove on it yesterday. We got to top off the shift machine. That looked not so good. Check out the radiator on it. Basically go through this thing bumper to bumper, what I normally do on day one, but we needed to get on the road yesterday. So we're going to jump in. Bradley's going to help me. We're going to try to get this done quickly so we can go hit the pier and break some fishing poles today. We learned some info I got to share. I'm over in for on that. So yesterday we did make 153 miles, which is pretty good. For an old rig that's been sitting 20 years. But today we're preparing to go 400 miles. So we want to make sure we go through everything we can. Last place I want to be stuck is on a 6-lane, I don't know what you guys call them, toll-free, not free, expensive ways in the middle of Los Angeles or something with a TBI. Troubleshooting on these things ain't easy. So we're going to spend a little bit of time this morning. We're going to let this cool down a little bit. I just wanted to show you, look how clean these butterflies are. All that berryman running through there. That looks fantastic. Troubleshooting these, I'm a little nervous to take this off. There we go. You can actually take a 9-volt battery and just take the posts and just touch it right here. And you'll actually hear this injector firing or clicking. Click, 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 click. And if you prime your fuel pump, turn the key forward, let it prime, and you rock a 9-volt battery on here, it will fire fuel. And that's an easy way to test your Terminator broccoli injection there. I can't believe I just had the guts to take that off. Normally this plastic clip blows into pieces, and then you're running zip ties and tape and everything else around that. Okay, so while that is cooling off, we need to address the tailgate on this. The window went down last night and we can't get it back up now. And that means we've got to haul all of our gear and stuff back into the motel every night. And that's growing as we travel. We still have a long ways to go. Oh, Bradley's already got this. Look at that. Yeah, it looks like someone's already been in here many times because 42 of the screws are missing. I don't know if there's a limit switch on this or what's going on, but it won't go up by the key, it won't go up by the button, but we hear a click. I believe the same 25 amp fuse or power distribution thing runs all the power windows in these rigs, and they have 2 power inputs. One is always on, one is key. So we're going to come in here and just see if we can help it. Might be stuck at the bottom, and try to get this glass moving again. Get her. The go uppy part is, there's the motor right there, and there's the gear.
Maybe because you want me to do the button?
Yeah, go ahead and try. I don't know if it'll operate with it down though. Is there a switch?
Nothing?
No.
I don't think you're gonna get your arms on.
Well, this is the only switch, and I'm assuming that's dome. It's weird they don't have a way to manually Whoa, what is that? Oh, that was the latch. That's,
why it doesn't really latch?
yeah, that's broken now. Things are getting worse. Okay. Should we just take it off? Maybe we could hawk this. Get a VCR or something. Uh-oh. Now I gotta fix that. Well, we were able to figure it out. There's a switch in here. Hard to see. But basically it's a plunger switch, so it's normally open. And when that's closed, it completes probably the ground, which is the blue wire, to the motor. And what that does is it doesn't let you roll the window up with the gate down. So it has to be closed. And when this locks, it's supposed to flip and hit that plunger switch because the window rolls up inside the body here. So obviously if the glass was up and then you slam the gate, you're going to blow the window out. So I either have to try to fish this connector out, and we're going to hot wire it, and then just remember that, because there's no way I'm going to find that switch or fix it back here. But we know what it is now. We could probably fart around with this later. Let's make sure this thing actually goes down the road. Here's our one. We pull this back and forth. Seems to be this guy, which would make sense. So it's typically pointing towards number 1. Although I've seen some comments on this recently, it really doesn't matter. Ideally, it's pointed towards number 1, just because if another mechanic works on this, that's just kind of our handshake of how it should be. But you can literally, as long as your engine's on top dead center, you stab your lightning whirler in, it could be over here or back here. Just as long as your lightning hose is lined up with your rotor, it all works the same. So there's our 1. We'll mark that. But you can see here, wow, that could be a big part of our firing issue. Reach in my pocket. We flew in, so I don't have my leather person. Feeling weird. Found this in the seat when we flipped the seat up. Pretty good find. There we go. All right, we're gonna get to work. Get this stuff swapped out. I guess mice were in here. Look at that. Bradley's underneath changing the oil. I'm going to start running lightning hoses here. They didn't have the Wix filter in stock that I wanted, but they did have this MicroGuard Select, and this thing feels beefy. I saw a cutaway in the parts store there. I'm going to give it a try. It looks very well built on the inside. Bradley's done on the bottom side. Proud of that boy. He jumped right in, got after it. What can you read anything off that old filter? We're going to go with the old T4. Oh, I got to pay attention here.
Numbers.
Just a name. Does it say anything? Car lube. Wow, quality. Yeah. This has got all the vitamins and dinosaurs we need for this rig, and it's cheap. So, throw this in. Sparkulators look great on both sides. This marshmallowy color is what we're looking for, and then we got to also pay attention to the porcelain. We don't want to see a bunch of spotting. Like that one actually has a little bit. Speckles, black speckles. I would say timing, but this is electronic timing. So this is about as dialed in as a guy can get, honestly. I'm really impressed. It means the tibby is tibbying, and the modulators are modulating. The map sensor is still making maps. The oxygen sensors sensing oxygen. The air fuel mixture is dialed on this puppy. I have no concerns. None of them are burning oil. So the rings are healthy. This was Bradley's side. By the way, I gave him the hard side. He didn't complain once. All the brake stuff, steering shaft, whatnot. We're kind of cleaning up our mess here. We're fixing to get out of here soon. By the way, a couple nerdy things I found. TIJUANA engine. Sweet. We've got original edge. Built in Flint. That's pretty cool. And check this out. Original floor mats in this rig still. Both sides even. We picked up some cold snack holders for the center console there. We are about ready to fire this thing back up. We also dumped in some new clutches for the transmission. No, just a bottle of Type F and some sort of transmission fix junk. We did use a little bit of ice cube juice. I topped this off, but it is not leaking anything. That must have been on the road yesterday while that snake oil was doing its thing. Oil's topped off. She's tuned up. All right, 400 miles we need out of this thing today. What do you think, Bradley?
I think I'll do it.
Think I'll do it? It does run pretty good. Okay, we have cleaned up our entire mess. We've just got to go recycle this quick, pitch that stuff, and then we can head to the pier. Yep. See if we can catch some fish. All the fog burned off. It was really foggy this morning. I guess that's pretty typical, but we'll try to fix this gate when we get around front. I got to get some wire. Here's my fix for the tailgate. Oh, sorry. Hey up! Oh no! Oh, good. So this should just complete the circuit, hopefully. Yep. Down again. More. That's good. Sweet. So we're back at the pier. We got our fishing gear here. And try to explain now before it gets too windy here. Loud out there. Brad did some research last night. And it turns out the most common fish you catch out here are yellowtail tuna, halibut, and other very large species. They're going to blow these rods into pieces. They've only got 2 ounces of weight and lure on them, and they're already in trouble. Turns out the 10-15 foot rods we were having fun with were probably the ones we should have got. Yeah. That's okay. We're gonna go have fun, see what we can do. Got to run some super goop. Oh, it's terrible. Bradley made me smell this last night at the motel and I almost vomited. Well, that's enough. I don't even really know if I want to catch something because it's going to blow this into pieces. All right, sharks. Let's go. Beautiful view. We saw some ball kelp down on the beach. It's got a big ball on it. Looks like a soccer ball. And that helps the kelp float to the surface, or it can get some sunlight so it can do photosynthesis. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Just kind of jigging. Can't overhead cast here. What have you? You caught a barnacle? Well, we caught something. Oh yeah, you ripped it off the post?
Got it. It's alive too. I'm gonna throw it back.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in California. You don't want to get fined or cancer, so let's get rid of that.
Wait, this might make good bait.
Oh yeah, maybe leave it on there. Who knows?
I know some fish like to eat barnacles.
There's golden sea turtles out here, Bradley.
Oh, definitely.
He thinks we're just fishing down there. But this will be a core memory for me. Hopefully for him too. No bites. No bites. Might be a good thing. We'd be rod shopping again. I think the tide is off. Not much of a saltwater guy. I don't have the Salt Life sticker yet. Maybe we can get one of those at the gas station.
Yeah.
That's the whole problem, is we don't have the Salt Life sticker. I knew something was wrong. Anyway, we are going to hit the gas station, get some refreshments, get some ice for that cooler we got, and then we are going to hit the road. We are going to make a spontaneous trip on our way up the coast to San Simeon. We're going to stop at Lego World, or Lego Universe, or whatever it is. I don't know that Bradley really wants to, but I do. Legos were influential in my hot rod. And I'm sure they're going to have a Lego wall, and I got to get some tires. You know what I mean? Are you good on tires, or are you low on tires?
Kind of low.
Yeah. We're going to check that out. Never been here. We've only been to one rinky one. I think in Florida. And Minneapolis. That one's really small. We're going to try this one out. So let's hit the road and get to wherever that's at. Almost rolled us getting in here to get fuel. Stars and Stripes fuel station blasting 80s rock. Yep, we're doing that. We're going to be feeding her the vitamins and the onions the whole trip. It is starting to run pretty darn good though. Gas is a little cheaper here, $4.88. Goodness gracious. Yeah. I don't know how to start. Is there an app for this? How did you get it to work last time? Bradley got some beef jerky, a piece of it. Holy smokes. All right, let's go. Well, we made it to Legoland. I had no idea they had motels and all this stuff out here. Pretty wild. We're just gonna walk around a little bit, grab a keychain and see if they have any rides for adults, huh? Yeah, I said there's a lot of adults coming out. And then Brad made a very good point. They're just adults bringing kids out. That's all right. We're big kids. We're kids at heart. We're here, we're gonna do it. If you guys have ever been here before, bleep bloop it down there in the comments. Let me know what you thought. We're in. It was not cheap. Was not expecting that. Also, we asked, just curiosity's sake, are there any rides for, you know, kids his size? Apparently the park's geared for 2 to 12-year-olds, which is perfect. We're going into the shop here. We're gonna get some gear. See why they call it the big shop. We need a keychain for the Suburban. Well, we've maxed out 2 roller coasters. I thought the cart was gonna rip off the rails, Brad. And then I smoked Brad in a water game and won a stuffed animal. You know, accuracy is key. Okay, now we're gonna go down and get a hot dog keychain for the Suburban. We decided to get that last. We don't have to haul around. And coffee cups. They have names for the whole family. And I am a coffee cup connoisseur. Got to add to my collection. And then we are hitting the road. We've got a very, very unique motel tonight. I can't wait to show you guys. Well, actually, we'll bring you right in the room so you guys can check it out. But we got to start heading there. Traffic's going to start kicking in here pretty soon, and we don't want to be sitting in that like yesterday. So we're going to hit the road here in just a minute. We jumped on 5, cannonballed north, and then cut across on 73. We didn't make it all the way north where we were originally going, but it's actually a great thing. We have decided to add a couple more stops to our trip. The truck is running really good, and we're not overly worried about it breaking down for once. It's not breaking down every 73 feet, and we're not throwing a pile of money into parts, so we decided to stop in Long Beach. Pacific Coast Highway is just a couple miles down the road, which we're going to jump on tomorrow, but this is where we're going to be staying tonight. That is our motel, the Queen Mary. I just stumbled across it, swinging through the maps. We never plan anything, we just kind of figure it out as we go. And we haven't thrown a lot at it in terms of parts, so we're going to splurge and stay here tonight. We're going to go get checked in, and well, just to show you the room, let's see what it is. Never done this before. This is going to be pretty exciting. You get your pictures? Cool. So let's go get checked in and see what the rooms look like. I have no clue. Truck's running great. Didn't get hot. Stop and go traffic. What a rig. It's lunging every now and then. I'm wondering if the cat is plugging or is plugged. Not really sure. There's the elevators we just got off. Hallway. What a time travel this is. Oh, I think we're going the wrong way, Brad. They're going up. So this boat was outfitted for World War II. It was nicknamed the Gray Ghost. And this ship hauled more than 800,000 troops in its career and traveled over 600,000 miles. Bradley found our room here. We're lost. The placard says this. We thought it was this door, but then there's no way to get into it. That must be the maintenance part of it. It's around the corner. We got 2 portholes.
The fan.
This is so cool. Original ship's fan. Non-working. Look at this. Cooler, warmer. Well, that still works. I said these could open potentially. I have no idea. Oh yeah, just pull. Wow. That's very cool. So honestly, I just got really disoriented. There's a door here. I thought this was a mirror. And that's where we came in, but a door over here. But this is a whole nother, this must have been another room back in the day, but it's now adjoined. Bradley gets to sleep back here in the dungeon, I guess.
I'm really excited.
I think that's the door we were trying to get in. How neat. Or I guess this could have been a family suite back in the day.
Yeah.
Throw the kids in here and lock them down. There you go.
Mom just turned off her flash.
We've also scheduled tonight something they call the Paranormal Ship Walk. Apparently you get to go behind the scenes and tour the whole ship and get into a bunch of different places. We're really excited about that. But you're going to have to wait to hear about that until part 2. This is going to do it for part 1. We've had a lot of fun getting the Suburban back on the road, and it's been running pretty decent. But who knows what's going to happen. We have a tremendous amount of miles to go yet. Speaking of, part 2 is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to go through Los Angeles, we decided. We're going to go to the Griffith Observatory, which apparently has a gigantic telescope in it. Check out the Hollywood sign. Then we're going to go try to find one of the most rare gems in the world, apparently. I know nothing about it. Bradley knows everything about it. Check out the world's largest tree, maybe do some fishing, hit some other museums, and of course we got to try to travel a few hundred more miles without breaking down. We hope to see you then. Thanks guys for watching. Appreciate you so very much. See you soon.